Hey beautiful people, welcome back for another video. I'm stoked to be with you again. Let's talk a little bit about sleep and why it's so important, what my story with sleep is, and how you can really get a much better night's sleep and wake up feeling refreshed straight away with these tips. So for me, I went from uni, went to a full-time job working 9 to 5 and was just fed up with people just, trying to fuel themselves on this coffee, Netflix binging, hating their job kind of lifestyle and just perpetual motion thing that happened. And I'd be like catching the bus on the way home and be falling asleep, or being in meetings after lunch, after a big lunch that you'd go out and eat like burgers. At 1 o'clock, you'd be sitting there in the meeting, you'd just wanting to fall asleep. I was like, nah, this is crap. Like, how do people, live their whole lives just constantly on this stress, caffeine-fueled, binge-watching routine? So I really wanted to get into improving my sleep. So I slept effectively, got up, and just absolutely crushed every day. Now, there's so much to it, and it's so complex, and it differs for every single person. But sleep is critically important. It's just our whole body is, once it sleeps, it can rebuild, refresh, our hormones, everything run off how good our sleep is. So if during the day, maybe you're feeling a little bit shit, well, there's probably some science behind that, what you've done differently in the day to actually tweak that. And sleep is a big way to actually make yourself feel better, feel rejuvenated, feel amazing, and like ready to just crush the day. Like, how good do you feel when you don't have to wake up with an alarm? You just get up, you're ready, you're not falling asleep in the afternoons, you're not relying on that caffeine fix. It all comes from getting a good night's sleep. Now, getting a good night's sleep actually starts right in the morning. So once you get up, you really want to jump outside, see the sun, get some light into your eyes. Don't look directly at the sun, but just get outside, get your feet on the ground, and wake up and see the day and take on the day. And that actually, what it does is it allows our brain to start producing serotonin, which is stress, cortisol, and allows our body to start functioning and being up and for the day. As we go on and progress, the sun starts to rise. Middle of the day, it's at its peak production of blue light, which is signaling to our brain that it's the middle of the day, and we've gone on and about our day. Now, as the sun's setting, what's it doing? It's going from blue and it's coming down and it's orange. So that's why we need to start winding down. And these damn devices, the white LED has only been invented in the past 15, 20 years, and now they're just everywhere in our lives, and it's constantly pumping out blue light, telling our brains that it's the middle of the day. Okay, so what do we need to do to start actually producing the sleep hormone, melatonin, is not be around and exposed to a lot of blue light at night. So a great thing to do is 2 hours before bed, turn your devices off. Stop looking at a screen. And yeah, if you need to read and use your Kindle, all the Kindle devices that you buy today, they are actually have a backlight in them, which you can't actually turn off. It says zero brightness, but I'd go to a pitch black room and it's not off. So I would advise to not use a Kindle, use an actual book and read under a really nice ambient warm light, like a salt lamp, or even better, a red light, an actual, in your room, choose a red light. I've got a couple that I use, and comment, and I can let you know which ones I use if you'd like. But yeah, you're in that room, it's pitch black, you got blackout curtains, it's cool and it's dark. That's a really great environment to sleep in. You're in that room and you're winding down. You've got no devices, your phone's out in the living room, it's off, let's say by 2 hours before bed, let's say 8 p.m. Let's say you go to bed at 10, by 8 p.m. your phone's off, devices are off, you're in your room, you're winding down, you're stretching, you're chilling out, you're meditating, you're doing things that we could do before we had all these devices. You don't have to be watching TV, you don't have to be watching the latest Netflix series while you're chilling in bed, and you think that's a damn good way to go to sleep? I don't think so. You're there, you're in bed, you think, oh, a great way to wind down is to just watch some, I don't know, watch Stranger Things or something. But really, you're triggering your brain that it's the middle of the day with the blue light that's coming in, and you're not producing enough melatonin to get a really nice deep sleep. Like, when was the last time that you had a completely unbroken sleep? When was the last time? And how long does it take you to actually fall asleep? I tell you, I can fall asleep within 2 minutes, and I get up, haven't used an alarm for, I can't remember the last time I used an alarm, because I've got all these different routines and habits that I've built in. Another great one is to actually go to bed and wake up at the same time. So for me, I start winding down at 8 p.m. and I am asleep around 10. And I get up at 5. Now, the average is around, I get up around 5:30, because you want around 7.5, it's about 9:30 till 5 is kind of my sleep time. So about 7:30 to 8 is the wind down time. Then 9:30 is generally when I go to sleep. But the other trick is, don't stress out about, oh, I've got to go to sleep by 10 o'clock. Once you're in that wind down mode, don't look at the clock. Don't look at the time, right? Time doesn't exist anymore. As you're winding down, fall asleep when you want to fall asleep. If you want to stay up and read, stay up and read. But your body, once you don't have to be in that, you don't want to be in that stressed, sympathetic, reactive state. That system's just triggering, going, I need to sleep, I need to sleep. No, just chill out, wind down. You go to sleep when you need to go to sleep. And you get up when you need to get up. That's because we get into the habit and telling our body, yes, I know, 7:30 to 8 p.m., I'm going to be winding down. I go to bed at like 9:30, I get up at 5, and I'm ready to smash the day. Yeah. So you can be in your room, it's cool, dark, and damp, and make sure your bed isn't actually only sleep or have sex in your bed. Don't read, don't watch TV, okay? Because once you're in that bed, your body starts to learn what to do in that environment. And you should be sleeping naked. That's also a great thing. And sleeping on your side, not on your belly or your stomach. Earplugs are great for if you got external noise to get a really nice undistracted sleep. A sleep mask, if you don't have a really blacked out room, that's also a great one to have. And then you're in bed and you don't want to be too warm. You don't cover yourself up completely, because in the middle of the night, your body temperature will start to drop and you don't want to get too warm and wake up. Now, fluids, also if you're getting up to pee, definitely you should be drinking less before bed. Ideally an hour before bed, don't drink any fluids. Just a little sip of water, really taper it off once you've had your last meal. Ideally 3 hours before having your last meal until bed, because what happens is once you eat, if you eat a really big heavy meal, all that food sits in your stomach and it takes hours to digest and move down into your intestines. And if that food is still sitting in your stomach and there's acid in there trying to break it down, what happens is when you go to lie down horizontally, you get acid reflux. And that acid comes up to your throat and you actually get disturbed and you don't get proper digestion, and you'll find you won't sleep as well. So have your last meal 3 hours before bed. And yeah, you do need energy to sleep. So make sure you have enough calories during the day to fuel yourself to sleep well. If you're actually in a fasted state, it's going to be more difficult to sleep, and we'll have to use maybe supplements like magnesium, which we'll also talk about, to help you go to sleep. But yeah, 3 hours before bed, have that window shut off, no more eating. Now, if you do have to eat within that 3 hour window, there are some emergency nighttime cocktails we can use. We do a little mixture with apple cider vinegar, with some honey and a little bit of magnesium citrate, and that will help calm your nervous system with the magnesium, the CNS. The apple cider vinegar will actually help your stomach break down the food quicker with the acid in there, and then the honey is a little bit of sugar to give you a little boost to actually sleep and go to bed really nicely. So yeah, we've talked about now food. Don't eat 3 hours before bed. The liquids, try and drink less liquids before bed so you're not getting up to go to the toilet. Yeah. Now another great thing to do is showers. So ideally a cold shower. What happens is you want your body temperature to change before you go to sleep. So, and you want your body to really start to drop in temperature. So if you do an hour before bed, have a really nice cold shower, will help you get into a really deep state of sleep, which actually feels incredible. I absolutely love having my cold showers before bed. Now, yeah, I don't want to hear that excuse of, oh, I need my phone in my room because that's my alarm. Get a real alarm, or get into a routine where you don't even need an alarm. But definitely throw that damn phone out of your room. Have it off outside of the room. Also, if you're not going to use your Wi-Fi because you're sleeping, right, turn the thing off. You don't leave the TV on when you're not using it. Turn the Wi-Fi off. Put your Wi-Fi router, get a electrical socket timer that you actually get from the hardware store like Bunnings to do your Christmas lights, your 24-hour electrical plug timer, and put that onto in between the socket and your router and have it turn off. So mine turns off from 10 p.m. till 6 a.m. and it will just be off automatically. If you're not using your Wi-Fi, turn it off. Yeah, sure, there's no science proven to say that Wi-Fi is good or bad for the human body, but if you're not using it, why not just save the energy, turn it off, and hey, it's probably might help you sleep better. So turn it off, and that is sick. So now you're not worried about sleep. You're going to bed, and you're going to get up ideally, you sleep in 1.5 hour blocks. That's how our sleep cycle works. We go 1.5 hour blocks. So you aim for that 6 to 9 hours of sleep, but again, focus on quality, not quantity. Those 6 hours is going to be 4 cycles, or 4.5. What is that? 5 cycles for 7.5 hours sleep. 6 cycles for 9 hours sleep, and that's how our body generally likes to sleep. And there's also, if you throughout the day, maybe you've gone out and you've only got 6 hours night's sleep, you can throw in some naps in the afternoon, kind of between after lunch. We do drop off naturally to have a little siesta, as they do in Spain, and that's a great time to fit in a 30-minute or a 1.5 hour nap, which is a third of a cycle or one full cycle. If you're going later on into the day, say 5 or 6 p.m., I would not do a 1.5 hour nap. I'd only do a 30-minute nap, as it's going to stuff up going to bed later on. And this is something that Nick Littlehales, a sleep coach, talks about in his book, and that's a really great resource, and I've learned a lot from that. Some other people who I've learned a lot from with sleep is Dane Barclay and Lucas Aon. Lucas Aon's from Ergogenic Health. Check his stuff out. And Dane Barclay makes some Barclay eyewear blue blockers, which are the best blue blockers out there. I absolutely love them. I can't go without them. Thanks, Dane, for that. Then, there are other things you can introduce. So if you do need to, you walk around the house and you live in a house share, wear your blue blockers, because you can't, just control the light in your room, but you're going through the house. Throw your blue blockers on. That way you're going to eliminate the blue light. Humans, we are, smart enough to invent blue light, but we're also dumb enough to live under it. So really try and restrict that blue light 2 hours before bed, so your body is producing enough melatonin to get into really beautiful, deep sleep. Great things to do as you're winding down, things like stretching, mobility work, reading a real book. It's also great, this way to relax your nervous system. A lot of people think that you need to stretch statically before you exercise, but actually before an exercise or weightlifting or running, you want to stretch dynamically and just move and warm everything up. You don't want to be doing long static stretches. They're much better before bed because they shut down the nervous system. Now, so you really want to focus on, how long does it take you to fall asleep? Try and improve that, and really aim to get a really beautiful, unbroken sleep at least, once per week. For me, it's just about every night of the week. I fall asleep within 2 minutes, and it's completely unbroken. I get up, and I'm just super ready to crush the day. So they are, it's just a few things that I've been experimenting with. with sleep. We can probably go a little bit deeper. Yeah, magnesium is a great supplement for sleep. I use a magnesium glycinate in the mornings and then a citrate in the afternoons. It's a great thing to do. And yeah, just keep it consistent. Have fun with it. Sleep is just so damn important. It makes everything beneficial. Oh, and alcohol. Yeah, alcohol might help you get to sleep quicker, but it is definitely going to make your sleep less quality. So try and avoid alcohol where you can, and obviously caffeine too. Caffeine, have it early in the morning. It's going to stuff up your sleep. It's got a half-life, let's say, of 8 hours. Really, after 2 p.m. absolute latest, before lunchtime, before 12, really, have any caffeine. But if you can, don't even have the caffeine, because you should be feeling great enough with all this awesome sleep that you're having anyway. And that's it. That's probably this is my first round of sleep. I've got a lot of other stuff I can dive into around, what mattress to use, grounding, walking around barefoot, and meditation. So many other awesome sleep tips that I've got for you. Comment below and let me know what's your favorite kind of sleep hack, because getting such a good night's sleep is just so damn important. And I'm proud of you for going out there and wanting to improve your sleep and making this world a better place. So yeah, let me know. Comment below if you've got any other questions about what to use or how you sleep or how you're feeling.